What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Daniel's Sports Ledger, sports betting tips and picks for sports bettors. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday today. I hope things are going well for you. I have a special guest here that's going to come on in just 1 second. Actually, I'm just going to bring him on right now without further ado. Here is Sean Mardis, Shawnee Football
Up,
on
gang?
Instagram. Sean, go ahead and tell my viewers that may not know who you are, where they can find you, and what you got going on, my friend.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sean at Shawnee Football on Instagram. Also at Season Sports Info on Instagram. That's my business page. You can reach me on either of those places 24/7, 365. I handicap pretty much every sport: NFL, NBA, NCAA basketball, NHL, MLB. Whatever you want, I got it.
Awesome. Guys, feel free to ask any questions you got already. Let's go. Here we go. We got for Stan. Uh, he says he needs some points in the Kentucky game. Good luck to you, Stan. um, so before we get into, we're going to talk some sports here in a second. Before we get into that, I'd just like to know from Sean here. Kobe Bryant. It's been 1 year since his death, and I was just wondering, what he's meant to you in your life, if
Oh
anything.
man, well, I grew up a Lakers fan, so forever, from birth, pretty much, I watched the Lakers. I'm over here in the southeast, so whenever the Lakers would come on, it'd be the 9, 10 o'clock TNT game, and I remember growing up, staying up late with my dad to watch Kobe play. So it was like watching family every night. So losing Kobe, I mean, that was a big hit. Personally, it felt like losing a family member. I went to a lot of his games. Anytime he was around Atlanta, Charlotte, New Orleans, Memphis, I actually saw him play against Memphis and hit 60 on them. That was my first time ever seeing them. So whenever they were in this area, I pretty much go see them. I mean, so it was rough, but you know.
Yeah, man. For me personally, I grew up on the Reds, and all the Reds guys were into the Lakers, and my Reds friends, and big Kobe fans. I got a buddy. He uh, he actually looks a little bit like Kobe, kind of funny, but he was a big Kobe fan too. So during his playing days, I wasn't really that into Kobe, to be honest. He wasn't really my flavor, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, I always respected him and all that. But after his career, I was really enjoying seeing the person he was turning into, the different things that he was doing. It was super exciting for me, just seeing all the new projects and what he was doing with his daughter, and I was just so excited. I was more excited for his career after basketball than I was before, to be honest, and it was devastating for me. So.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, Kobe was a big deal. It was insane. But let's get more into some sports here. What do you think of the Nets so far? What do you think? How do you think that's been going?
Um, Man, I've been watching them every game. I've been doing NBA systems, and I actually had the Cavs both times against them. And it's going to take them some time to gel. I mean, it won't take Durant and Harden time to gel because, I mean, they've played together before. They got that natural chemistry, and I'm sure they train together in the offseason. But I think it's going to take them, a little while, to gel with Kyrie because you don't know who you're going to get with Kyrie, you know. And then it's just, I just got to see with them because you just don't know what they're going to do because of that and then their bench. I mean, you just got to see, really. I personally think they're going to trade somebody away and try and get a bench. That would be the smart thing to do, as a GM.
Yeah, what do you think? Brent says Lakers in five versus the Nets. What do you think about that?
Hey, well, I'm biased, but I think Lakers will beat them because they got a better bench. You know,
Is it only going to be 5 games this year?
I mean, if they go in with this bench that they have now, the Lakers could be 5. It'll be 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So 5. Okay, I see what he's saying. He means they're gonna basically sweep them, is what he's saying. Okay. For a second, I thought maybe he was saying that there's only 5 games, like a series of 5 instead of 7. But I got
yeah.
it. Brain fart for me, my bad. But okay, awesome. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been saying all drama, no bite all year for them, but I don't know. They might prove me wrong because we'll see. Yeah, best of 7. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, it's all good. No, it's me, Brent, not you. um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been saying no drama, all bite. I mean, no bite, all drama. But I don't know. Maybe there is some bite there. We'll see what happens. It's a long season, and maybe they'll get this thing going together. By the end of the season. If they do, maybe they. I think maybe they could beat the Lakers. I don't know. Probably not. They would really have to. They'd really have to be on their A game and gelling all together. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. What sports are you enjoying the most right now? We got NHL, college basketball, NFL, Super Bowl. We're gonna talk Super Bowl in a minute.
Oh yeah.
But what are you enjoying right now for sports the most? What are you capping the most? What are you looking at the most? What are you watching the most?
Well, I'm strictly, I mean, I've been just hammering college basketball. It's been like 9 to 5 type work with that college hoops here lately. It's so many games going on. You're getting 20 games a day on a weekday. Weekends, I mean, you see the Saturdays. It's like, being a kid in the candy store, 100-game slate. So I've been
That's
on a
right.
lot of college basketball. I've looked at NHL. I've done a couple parlays. On it. Done I think like 1 or 2 straights. NBA, I've been here and there. You got to find the right pick in the NBA because it's just like the NFL. It's a professional sport. If you go in there and don't know what you're doing, you can get 8. Because they play games with those lines, man. I will tell you. That's why I'm like tweaking the system with it.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Matthew here, he says he's been hammering football, so he's excited for the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Uh, thanks for showing up again, Matthew. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been, I crush NHL. I love NHL, but I can't sell it to anybody. Nobody's been wanting to buy NHL from me. So, I mean, they just don't watch it or they're just not into it or whatever. I mean, but yeah, I've been selling tons of college basketball, NBA. I usually ask people what they want, and then I give them a play for what they want, NBA, college basketball, whatever. Most of them will just tell me basketball, and so they don't care if it's NBA or college, just a basketball pick.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I've been doing really good. Right now I'm on Toledo -5, me and my clients. So I actually have them at -4.5, but they got them at -5. So hey, Ryan Flowers, Mr. Dynamic is in the building. I'll be on his show, I think, tomorrow. And check out Ryan Flowers if you don't know him. That's YouTube, Sean. You check him out. He's pretty cool, man. I nicknamed him Mr. Dynamic, but excited to have Ryan in the building. So let's get to the Super Bowl. What's your early thoughts? Obviously, as a capper, I think we all change our mind. As time goes on, we might change our opinion or our mind or whatever. But what's your early thoughts on this game?
Well, I mean, I actually bet the first time they played in the when they played down in Tampa. I can't remember which week it was, but it's the exact same line, 3.5. Personally speaking, I mean, I'm looking at it. We got the GOAT, Tom Brady, against the baby GOAT, in my opinion, Pat Mahomes. I think that kid, hey, I think he's next up. It's gonna be a good game. we all know that everybody and their mama is gonna bet on Kansas City, and I like Kansas City, but I've also won a lot of money betting against them. Probably in the Super Bowl, depending on where the line is at, I'll probably have to go with the points just because Kansas City don't cover. They just try to win games, which I like winning, but I like covering more.
Yeah. Okay. It's interesting. Matt here says he's surprised the Chiefs are favored by that much. Last time they only won by 3. Um, Also, he thinks that the over in that game is low at 56. Going to be a high-scoring game. Obviously, it's going to be in Tampa Bay, so probably no weather, if any. Um, Although, wasn't Tampa Bay the only stadium that they had weather in the Super Bowl where it rained? I think it was. I think it rained in Tampa. That was the New Orleans Colts game, I think, and it rained. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe we will get weather again.
Yeah,
um,
that's
Go
that's one
ahead.
thing. That's one thing you gotta look at too. With this, since it's an outdoor game, the weather could come into play. I doubt it though. It'll be February, so
Yeah, yeah, it will be. Yeah, man, if you didn't think Tom Brady was the GOAT before, I mean, I think now he just, I don't think it's debatable anymore at this point, in my opinion.
yeah.
Um, okay, Ryan says that was okay. It was in Miami when Miami won, or when
Okay.
the Saints won. But I'm not sure. I think the weather game was Tampa Bay, though. I'm not. I might have the teams wrong, but I think that was in Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay hasn't covered a lot of games. But I kind of disagree with you in the fact that I think Tampa. I think I mean, he said the Chiefs haven't covered many games this year. I think the Chiefs do cover. Like, I think they do like to cover. I mean, um, I don't know, man. It's one of those games. You know, I'll tell you what. I still think I know I'm in the minority here, and people might call me a homer because I am a Bills fan. But I still think that the Bills are the best team in the league. I think the reason uh, I think that they played that game conservatively because they thought that they were the best team. I think that they didn't bring the intensity because they thought they were already the best team. Um, and So, I mean, I think the Bills are the best team in the league, and they beat them down impressively. It was very impressive. Even if they aren't, even if the Bills are, one of the top 4 teams in the league, it was still an impressive beatdown. Um, and so right now, personally, I think I'm leaning towards the Chiefs to cover that at the moment, but I got 2 weeks to change my mind.
Yeah.
And Brady's still I mean, at this point, you can't count Brady out for anything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said that you're leaning towards the Buccaneers right now to cover.
Leaning there. I gotta see what's gonna happen moving forward. You know how it is. I usually,
Yeah.
NFL wise, most of the time, and people will call me crazy for this. I don't make my NFL picks until anywhere from 3 hours to 30 minutes before the game.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I'm usually for you know the Super Bowl. I kind of wait. I mean,
Yeah.
it just kind of depends. But NFL, I'm usually a pretty early better in the NFL. Like I'll bet as soon as the lines come out, I'll bet NFL. But this game in particular, to be honest, one thing I did want to kind of talk about was uh, cappers who think that I'm not saying you obviously, but I'm just saying there's a lot of cappers
Yeah.
out there that will tell their clients to bet more on a big game like the Super Bowl or something like that. The Super
Yeah.
Bowl is just one game. I'm honestly, this is a year I might not even bet the Super Bowl. Like to be honest, I haven't made up my mind. I don't know where to go with it yet. We'll see if I come up with something in the next couple of weeks. But right now, I'm leaning towards not even betting the Super Bowl. I mean, it's just one game. It's like the NFC Championship games or any of these other games. You shouldn't, as a sports bettor, you shouldn't be betting more on a Super Bowl game than you are a regular season college basketball game. You should be keeping your bets the same. The size of the game shouldn't matter for the size of your bet. I mean, it just doesn't. Okay, it's still one game out of the entire year. And so that's just a word of advice for me to those people out there. Keep your bets the same, or at least close to the same. I understand if you got a little extra cash and you want to have a little extra fun on the Super Bowl, go ahead, put a little more in the game or whatever. But understand that like it's just one game. It's no different than any other game out there. What do you think about that?
I 100% agree. Whenever I get newer clients, they ask me, because I have a system that I do long term. It's more I have different packages, but my main package, the monthly, the season investor package. My guys, I give them 1 to 3, 1 to 5 picks, depending on the day. With a parlay, and we go from there. But I preach money management and discipline, because if you're betting too much on one game, like you said, I mean, you come out, let's say the Super Bowl, you've been betting, 1, 2, 3 units on a normal play. You come to the Super Bowl and you do this $25 whale or a 25-unit whale, that some people advertise or some people say, dude, you put 25 units on it and you lose. That's 5 picks of a 3-unit bet that you have to try and at that point that you're out of. So I always tell everybody we gonna play the same thing every game. It don't make sense to play more than that because you're not gonna win long term being undisciplined.
Right, right. If it's like I say, I mean, if it's fun for you to put more on the Super Bowl, if you're doing it for entertainment purposes or something like that, then hey, do whatever you want to do. Who cares, right?
Yeah,
But if it's something to where you're trying to actually, make money, or you're trying to, it's that money's important to you, then I mean, a tip pass and a pick six. You know what I'm saying? A this, a that. You know what I mean? A ball bounces that way. You just don't know what can happen in one game. And, if you're trying to be successful at it, you need to, take it seriously and know that it's not more important in the long run. It's the same. But I understand. I mean, one year, I mean, I like to take just for fun, I like to do like a bunch of $10 prop bets on like everything. You know what I mean? And then I just sit there with all of my bets, and then I just check them off. Okay, this guy, 38 yards receiving. All right, he covered. And this guy, I just like for me, that's fun, but that's just like little, that's just playing around. You know what I mean? That's just something to kind of check off and enjoy the game while you're doing it.
yeah,
Coin toss. Oh, I won that one for $10, or I won this.
yeah.
If you're doing something like that and it's entertainment and it's fun, then fine. I mean, have at it, have fun, But, yeah, man, it's good having you on. Is there anything particular you want to talk about? Any games coming up or anything like that?
I'm just trying to think. I don't know any games really. I could think of that I wanted to talk about. I mean, the Super Bowl, that's the big one coming up. We have obviously NBA every day, college basketball every day. It's just any of them any game you liked at this point, really. Any matchups in the NBA you looking forward to see? I know last week my pops and I we watched the Bucks Lakers when they played. That was a dang good matchup.
So, yeah. Brent Wright says Bama and Oklahoma this Saturday. We were just talking about Oklahoma before this started. What do you think about that matchup? And you're in Bama, so what do you think?
Ooh, because Saturday, OU they beat Kansas. They beat the brakes off of Kansas, and I saw that one. I just dang missed it. Um, that's gonna be a good game. I mean, OU they have some ballers, you know, and as we both talked about, Bama. I mean, they can shoot with the best of them. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. I know the total is gonna be ridiculous. It'll be probably like 155, 160, somewhere around there.
All right. Brent says Bama
It'll be
money
a good
line.
game.
Yeah. I don't.
I can
I
see
don't know,
that.
man. I
It
like
just
the consistency of Bama, but I don't. You know, it. Anybody could get hot in that game, I suppose.
yeah,
So
it's too good.
yeah, when it comes to college basketball, I always wait till the day of,
Yeah,
just because things change. Especially in college. I mean, I had a game today that I had money on, and like 10 minutes before the game, they postponed it. So
which one? The Buffalo game.
yeah, that's the one I had the under in that game.
Yep, my brother and I were looking at that game, and then he called me back right before, like 30 minutes before, and he was asking me about, what or when it was supposed to be on. He said, "What's up with the Buffalo game?" I'm like, "Dude, it got postponed."
Yeah, because I had under. I think it was 165.5 for the points.
Yeah,
So I took the under in that game, but to no avail.
yeah.
So yeah. Well, tell people what you got going on, where they can find you, what you do, where you get your hair cut. No, I'm just kidding. No, just tell people about yourself, and we'll close it up after this.
All right, for sure. Well, you can find me at Shiny Football, just like it says, or you can find me on my business page at Seasoned Sports Info, and that's season with a Z at Seasoned Sports Info. Just hit me up in the DM on there. Let me know you came from the show, and any package you want to look at or talk to me about, you can get. I give you 25% off. Just say like, "Hey, I saw you on DS Sports Ledger podcast. I'm interested in a package, or I want to work with you, etc." And we can go from there. We can make this money. We can get these wins in. Beat the books, baby.
That's right. And you have a new website coming out. Do you have a new website coming out, Sean?
I think his camera went down.
My camera's out. Yeah, you
Hello?
there?
What
Do
now?
you have a new website coming out?
Yeah, I have a new website. It's going to come out probably later this week. I'm basically waiting to get the legal paperwork back from my lawyer. It'll be seasonsportsinfo.com, I believe. Hold on. Let me go back to it. Yeah, it should be seasonsportsinfo.com. I'll have it on my Instagram and my Twitter in my bio. Yeah, seasonsportsinfo.com. It'll be hopefully, I'm hoping before this weekend. I want to get that dropped. I got it. It's really clean, really easy to use. So
Yeah.
we'll get that going, and we'll get these wins in.
Awesome. Well, my prices are a little bit expensive. You guys can always hit me up too, and but go ahead if my prices are too expensive. Give Shawnee here a try because he is fantastic. He does a great job. Got a lot of respect for him. So go ahead and give him a try. Let him know that you watch the podcast. He'll give you a 25% off discount. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for the comments. And as always, guys, let's make some money. Let's have some fun doing it.